Hi guys, I am here today with a different type of video. So I figured that I will do a who am I video because I realized it's been 10 years since I posted my first YouTube video, and I have been going back and looking at them, and it's been so fun and interesting to see who I was. And sometimes I'm still amazed at how brave I was that time to be filming and then sharing. So I kind of want to talk about who am I and where am I today and what was going through my head when I used to make those videos and share them with everybody. I figured it would be a cool like refresher. If you like, it's interesting, like whoever's watching, like whoever you are, and if you know me in different parts of your life, it'll be a cool like, hey, why did Lucky start these YouTube videos? Or yeah, where is she now? So if you want to hear more about that, then keep watching. I'm gonna open up my little diary or my journal and go through some of the things to help me navigate. So 10 years ago, it was what, 2016. At this point, I had been watching so many YouTube videos of like other South Asian women or just like makeup junkies across YouTube who would share what they bought, their reviews, or like how-tos and all of that. And I remember like it was a pretty like different world at that time with YouTube and makeup and everything. And I think I started watching these videos when I was in high school. So by the time I got to 2016, I had spent almost maybe 6 years watching YouTube videos of makeup geeks across YouTube, and realizing like, whoa, like, you know, I'm a consumer. I'm also going on buying these things, and I'm constantly looking for people who are like my skin tone or my skin type, and what are they using, what are they wearing, and who are they buying from. So I was doing all of that, and I was like, yo, but like, I'm sure like my friends want to know what I've researched and what I found and what works for me. And over time, I like, even beyond YouTube, I was doing that already for friends, because like I had such a big collection just in college. I was doing like makeup for shows, I was doing makeup for fun, I was doing like fun makeup photo shoots for friends, and it was cute, it was nice. And that's probably where I also like, I got to like also fulfill my hobby of like, or my passion of taking photos and filming, because I had a little DSLR at that time, and I was like taking pictures, and I was like, like it was my world. So I enjoyed making videos that time. And I remember the first couple of videos, it was just like, hey, I know I'm gonna go out today, let me just film a get ready with me, and then I'll do like a voiceover. And then I remember over time, like I got so comfortable, like my mom would be in the background, like you can see her come in and then leave, and I was just like, yeah, this is like, my mom knows what this is, and she's seen me film. And it was cute because she gave me that space and didn't make it feel awkward or not. And every time I would get like Sephora boxes, because I'd be ordering so many things, I'd like tell her that I'm getting like PR. So, and I was like, I was just like manifesting it. I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And then she wouldn't yell at me for spending money. But it was nice because I also got to spend on her and like buy her a lot of skincare and stuff. So I was like, she deserves some of these things too. And I was also learning for her. I was like, mom has this type of skin. And she never liked makeup. So for me, when I started making the videos in early 2016, or I was just having fun. And then I did a couple of dance videos as well because I was performing for the Bangladesh Student Association Club, or I just say club, but it's like it's BSA at City College. And so I was part of that, and I was also like performing. That's where I also got that experience of like doing makeup on others during shows, taking backstage photos, all that fun. And then in between, I was also like filming like rehearsals when we would like find choreos for specific dances, and songs that we were already performing to. I'd record them and then wanted to share it on YouTube, and I was like, this is fun, this is fun. I love dancing, so I was like, yeah, these are like, it was like little bits and pieces of like my extracurricular life during those years. And then like I feel like I got the hang of it into 2019, and then 2020 came around, and like COVID and pandemic changed everything. I got married. I moved out. Like so many of my friends got married. Have been so many life changes. Like in the last, I would say 6 years of my life. But I didn't stop like filming or recording or taking pictures. It's just I never sat down in front of like a camera long term and was like, I'm gonna talk to the camera and like vlog or like share like different ways. I just yeah, I didn't find the time to do YouTube. And then yeah, just like I had to really come back to it naturally. And I'm glad I did now, because I look back at those videos and I'm like, I was so happy just filming those videos. And I was like, yeah, cool. That now, but what am I doing next? And I had a whole lineup. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this next. So I just have so much to share. So, but yeah, 2020 till 2026. So much has happened. I've traveled, I've danced. So many of my friends got married. There were so many dance performances. There's so much travel. There's so many career changes. It's just so much of life. And I'm glad I experienced all of that, and in the way that I did, because I look back at the last 10 years and just like 2016, and I'm like, wow, like it has been a very blessed 10 years. And losing my dad last year in September, really, I was like, whoa. I really appreciate how much I've been blessed with my entire life. And I'm only 32. So I'm like very grateful. I'm very grateful, and I want to share literally myself and parts of things I love and want to geek out about and like share with you guys. Like makeup is just like one side of who I am. Like I'm in the world professionally. I'm in the world of nonprofits, humanities, arts, culture, dialogue, like library. It's just like, it's like a privilege, but also like I love geeking out about nonprofits. I like geeking out about humanities, museums, like arts and culture, anything Bangladeshi. Like I was born and raised in New York City, Queens, but my parents have taken us to Bangladesh so often in our lives. Like in my life, I went 9 times. And every time I think my dad was, it's like, I look back and I'm like, did he know what he was doing? He was basically like exposing us to like, this is your homeland. This is like where your dad and his whole family, everybody was from. Like he was a very proud Bangladeshi man. So I think that he's left that behind for us as well. I think we also are very, like, we have done for Bangladesh, all of my siblings, and I'm a very Bengali person. Just growing up, like at home we had rules where you can't speak English with mom and dad or in the house. You always have to speak in Bangla, and it was like always there. So because of that, we held on to our language, our culture. Because of my dad's job in the permanent mission of Bangladesh to the UN for the near, like we were always exposed to our culture and our everything about it. And I look back and I'm so grateful for that, because our culture is worth being celebrated. Like there's a song, and every time I hear it I'm like, this is me. But it's by this artist called Dee, and it's called I Wear My Roots Like a Medal. And she has this like raspy, like skinny voice. It's so like unique, but that whole song is such a poem of like growing up in between places, but your roots are your roots, right? And Bangladesh is my roots because of my mom and dad. And I'm like very celebratory about it. Look at this, look at this. This is from the artist Takaya, and if you guys read my Substacks as well, you know that like I had an article about Takaya and like their artwork, and yeah, I'm obsessed with them. Really good pieces. But I have just been you know, really looking back and realizing like this Lucky who used to make videos in like 2016 and was like sharing her what she bought and like hauls and like her recommendations, and I'm like, whoa. Like, that's so brave of her. And I'm like, yo, I need to start doing, I need to bring that Lucky back. So here I am, and that's why I'm doing videos again. But I also write. I love writing. I've been journaling since I was in high school, so writing on Substack now has been a really cool, interesting way of sharing some of that writing with like my friends and the world, because I'm like, yo, I got these thoughts, and like to the readers, like reading something is a completely different type of like gathering knowledge, because I don't know, it's different, and words have its way of like getting to the heart, right? Or just like a special way of like creatively formulating or articulating them. I think with like speaking and filming, there's an element of a visual element, hello, like me, hand movements, all of that. But imagine this Lucky just like at a laptop, just like sobbing and just like writing, or geeking out about something and just like writing. But those have been really fun. I started doing the YouTube videos again. And I've been celebrating who I am more. And as I'm like even filming this video today, it's May 1st, 2026. I'm a big believer in numbers. I have been like watching myself evolve over the last couple of years, and especially the last couple of months, and it's been so magical. The last month has been so magical. It's like literally my entire birthday month. This year I decided to do a birthday month, and it was nice. Listen, I did a birthday month in the sense that like up until April 30th I was like, yes, like this is my month, I'm gonna do stuff and everything. And then today came and I was like, I had a good month. I had a good month and a good birthday week. I enjoyed it, and I started doing these like I am statements because I've been working on like finding myself again, but also knowing who I am and bring to the table about all of me. And I've been doing some I am statements, and then part of that has what like really pushed me to like be like, yo, do a YouTube video and like let's just walk down memory lane and like talk about like who you are and what you do. So that's my little spiel. Next we'll talk about where am I today and what type of videos will I be doing. All right, so where am I today? As I make these videos, you're probably wondering like, why is it called La La Land with Lucky, right? What is that? Like, I remember like people were like, what is La La Land with Lucky? And people thought it was like about the movie or the LA, or because LA is also known as La La Land. And what is it, right? So La La Land comes from my nephews and niece calling me Lala. So it started with my eldest nephew, my sister's kid, and when he was born, I was his Kala, but he couldn't say Kala at that time, and he would say Lala. And from that, we just kept it, and he would call me Lala. And then following him, his younger sister started calling me Lala. And then eventually for my older brother's kids, even though I'm their fufu, because that's what they call them in Bangla, fufu. Instead of calling me a fufu, they were also calling me Lala, and I became this like aunt to them, And that became a very important part of who I am. And I was like, okay, cool. La La Land, what is it? Like, I'm the first American born Bangladeshi in our entire family on both sides, on any sides. So it's like this cool, like, celebratorial thing to share in our family, because we always saw that as like, hey, like, we're expanding. So that's where it comes from. So La La Land with Lucky is basically like being in this world of who I am with me, right? La La Land Lucky. So that's where La La Land comes from. And then you'll see that a lot of my previous videos have been about makeup, but I was sharing in the couple of the newer videos that I don't want to be doing makeup stuff all the time anyways, and that I'd love to do some different formats. So I actually want to sit down with maybe some of my friends or my cousins, and we just talk about things going down the list and just like geek out, talk about it, reminisce about it, remember things, and just like share that moment with each other and with everybody else. Because I realized that growing up as who I am, this Bangladeshi American person who was born and raised in Queens, but I grew up so diverse, and it was like, but then there was also so many Bengali people. Like, I grew up so Bengali. There was like, yeah, so like I would love to share that world, because my cousins, my friends, like, it's interesting when people ask now, and now I understand when or why our parents or like uncles and aunties, like if you meet another Bengali for the first time, they would always be like, "Tomar desher bari koi," or like, "Where is your hometown?" Because they would try to gauge like, where are you from in Bangladesh's districts, and then they'll ask like, "Tumi New York ashto kibabe," or like, "Ashto, like, when did you come?" Because they're also trying to gauge like, how long have you been here in New York City. And it's just like, when I saw them asking these questions, I always saw them leave those conversations being like, wow, we just met another Bangladeshi in New York City today, and this is their life, and this is how they came, and this is where their body is, and this little glimpse of another Bangladeshi living in New York City. So I actually never saw it as a disturbance or an annoyance, even if I was asked about it. I always was like, yeah, I'm Bangladeshi. Like, this is who my dad is. We're from Borishal Bhola, but we have a house. We have a house in Dhaka. I was born here. Like, I'll say all of that because I'm like, yeah, I want to tell you because I want to know your story too. So I always enjoyed those moments, and I feel like I want to share more of that with you guys because this is who I am. I'm this unique unicorn that had the privilege and has the privilege and has been blessed with this life, and I wanna share this with you and my peeps. So I have been enjoying kind of going through my old videos, looking at why I started doing the videos again, and I was like, yeah, this is what I want this next new era to be like. And I'm in a place where I'm just like, all cards on the table, and I'm enjoying it. Cool. So if you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe, because whatever, algorithm, cool, cute, but like, even the 4 people who watch my videos, when it like I air it and I don't talk about it anywhere, I'm just like, Tomrake, like, who are you? So it's pretty cute. I enjoy it. I premiere all my videos because I think it's just a fun like lead up to it. I'm there watching the premiere myself, so I don't know, it's pretty fun. Next time I'll do some cool things on it. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that, because that was a lot of going through like the ebbs and flows of like why I started the YouTube videos, where am I now, and like all the other things that I do, and things I want to do and I want to start filming. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I don't know, I did this video in like 3-4 different segments, so I'm thinking it might be near 20 to 25 or 30 minutes long, but thank you for watching me for more than 15 minutes. Thank you very much. Bye.